Hey guys, I have one of these little boxes, which means probably an Addy. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. Today we have the Magma. Everybody's been raving about the Magma. We'll put this into focus so you guys can get a good look at it. Everybody's been raving about this. Every YouTuber has been talking about the Magma clone, this and that. I'm glad I picked this up on pre-order about a month ago. Finally got to me. Uh, really good quality for a clone RDA. Much better quality clone than the Tobacco. What was it? Damn, I like this Addy so much I've forgotten all about the. Come on, what's the word? I've been losing words all day. The Atomic, yes, the Atomic. Forgotten all about that shit. You know, fuck that shit. First, we're gonna have a vape, then we'll break it down and show you what comes in the box along with the Addy. Not much, but enough to get you started. So guys, to begin with, maybe one more vape because this is really nice. What makes it such a nice vape compared to most of your RDAs out there? Number one is you might be thinking that's gonna have a big chamber. Not really, because the air comes from. Oh, looks like we gotta do some focusing. The air comes from below. You see that air hole? Air comes in here, comes underneath the coil, and bada bing, bada boom, there you go. Here's your AFC ring, which allows you to do single and dual coils. The only thing I've noticed that I wish they would have changed was I wish the air holes in the deck for the atomizer were a little bit bigger. That would be comparable to what you actually have underneath the coils. But regardless, you get fairly good airflow anyway. It does have a little bit long of a 510 connection. We're going to put this back on autofocus. But before I show you that, I need to show you this. It's got a very nice domed, take this off so you can get some, domed chamber, which provides a very nice flavor. Also, you have air coming underneath the coils, which if you've ever used a K-Fun, gives you really good flavor. You can usually pick these up for about $25 to $35. I've seen them as high as $50. I wouldn't pay that much for one because you can just wait. Also, it has these nice engravings. It almost feels like paint, but it's probably laser etched with some acid etching on the inside, the laser etching to make it darker. Let's take a close look at those engravings. It says Magna by Pardigim. Pardigim? Pardigim? I don't know that. Fuck how to pronounce that fucking shit. Shit needs to come with phonetic spelling on the damn thing. Let's loosen this up a little bit so we can get this Magma off of the device. Alright, we are having technical difficulties. Please stand by. There we go. As I said, that's quite a long 510 connection. So if you have a device that cannot accept a longer 510, I would be a little bit wary on this, but otherwise it has a very flat bottom, which means less chance of it scratching up your Addy, your 510 connection deck on your mod, your top cap, as it were. Really good steel. I haven't noticed any rusting yet. Really good quality. A lot of people have really been blowing up YouTube about this lately. Let me get my face back into focus because I'm fuzzy. Also, you need to check out, I'm going to put in the description a link to eSiggies, the store that is nearby me. They're having a cloud competition, and I'm going to be one of the judges. So it'd be nice for you to turn out, so we can all have a good conversation about, vaping and such. Plus, I'm really excited because this will be the first cloud competition I'm judging. Usually, I'm the one either competing in an impromptu one or just having a lot of fun seeing how big of clouds I can blow in my living room. So it'd be nice to judge for a change instead of being the judge E. So we'll see here. Also, I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of eSiggies for you guys who don't live in Muskogee County and wonder why does he keep talking about this damn store. Well, you'll see why, and maybe you'll see some things in there that you'd like to pick up while you're in there on the video. That's coming up in a couple weeks. So let's have another toot. And oh, by the way, I should have just showed you the resistance, huh? I should have done that. Yeah. And I heard another reviewer talking about that he couldn't put this at a low resistance. That's not true at all. If you have your wicking down right and you know what you're doing, um, plus, I mean, I wrap on a screwdriver about that big. Gives me a. I also use 23 gauge wire. I think this is the number one. I think it's 2 millimeter. That's all I know. But I use 23 gauge Canthol, so it takes a while to heat up. So that might have something to do with it too. We'll pop this sucker on the resistance checker real quick so you guys can see. This is a 0.3 ohm build. 0.31, 0.3. But yeah, see, 0.3. 0.3 ohm build. So I'm pretty happy with that. It provides a good amount of vapor even outside, which usually is kind of a hit and miss kind of thing. So also, I haven't noticed a lot of leaking. When I first got it and I wasn't used to having such a large juice well, because this does have a very large juice well. How come I didn't touch on the juice well? This does have a very large juice well. You can fit about 20 drops or so, and that's with some big drops out of this here. I actually need to probably re-drip this. Yeah. You can see that it has a very deep juice well in there, and it's a common juice well, so one set of wicks is not going to be starved if the other one is full of juice. Does that make sense? Let's see, common juice well, and you can see your insulator down in there. It almost reminds me of a Kaflin insulator, and I don't think you can take it apart to replace it, so don't fucking burn out your insulator, guys. Why are you running 0.14 ohm builds? It's fucking crazy, even on a 50 amp. But yeah, drip this up real quick. Drip, drop. And I just fill up the juice wells and give the coils a little tap on the top. And fill up the juice well. And I know it's getting full and I can see just on the edges it's getting really saturated. So after that I like to get my ring in the right spot. By the way, there's no O-rings on this, which is really nice. Another plus. If you've ever had an RDA with O-rings, well, hopefully you have, because 99.9% of the RDAs out there do have O-rings, which means those parts do wear out. You know, an O-ring can only last so long. You see, they can wear out really easily, especially if you don't have enough juice in your atomizer, on your atomizer. To lube that up, you can have some issues. Just really, it looks great on a 22 millimeter device, and I have touch a bit of leaking. That's because I just dripped the shit out of it. But let's have it, babe. Whew. Quite good. Really, really, really nice. The only time I've ever had it leak is if I over drip, which is kind of a common thing with me. I over drip a little bit. Really, really nice. I need to show you what comes in the box with it. Oh, anyway, you get this little tiny box from Infinite, and the Addy actually comes in a bag that says Infinite that's sealed. I guess that's their form of quality control in saying that they put it in the bag. You also get the shitty screwdriver and the shitty pre-built coils and wicks, which don't look too half bad. I still probably wouldn't use them. They just kind of hang out in the box there, so you guys can see what you get. It is kind of nice if you don't have a screwdriver that's a flathead. Some people don't have flathead screwdrivers. That one works just fine. Also, the difference in the height of the holes in the post, which I can't show you because my build's in there, is like maybe 0.5 millimeter on the positive. So you have to take that into account with your coils. Also, while running single coil, you have to make sure that you have it in single coil air hole mode, which means your AFC ring has to be, well, so you have your opposing air holes, It has to be on that one, or that one, or that one, but it has to be on one of those. You can also close off your airflow to help seal your juice in the chamber and prevent further leaking if it's in your pocket. So that's a good thing. I think everyone loves that word, pocket. Let me out, I'm stuck in your pocket. You know, sometimes your mod just calls for you to vape it, you know. Especially something so tasty as this honeydew. Kind of bites you by the boo-boo sometimes. Well, as always, guys, thanks for watching. That was the Magma, and we are going to try to keep the videos coming. I will also upload a few more videos tonight that I have recorded in the past, so the vapor clock will change. The Jingle Jugs are still there. Tuesday's coming up again. I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, but when I get that, the bra comes off as I have promised previously. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, vape safe, vape happy, and fight the FDA.